Good morning, folks. You know what time of the week it is. It's channel audit time. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to vidIQ, the YouTube tool and channel that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. And every single Tuesday, usually at 11 a.m. PST, we audit your channels. For the last couple of weeks, we've been here, there, and everywhere due to conferences and power outages and all sorts of crazy and weird stuff. But we are back at the regular time, hopefully until the rest of the year. As always, I could not do this endeavor without my fantastical guest with the best. I don't know if he's really a guest anymore. It's more like part of the furniture. It's Travis McPherson. Say hello to your audience.
Hey everyone, it's me. I'm the couch of this thing.
Travis is a couch and we all apparently sit on him. This is his intro, which we also always love as usual. And we're going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good Wednesday, wherever you are in the world, to the following people that include Top Game Clips, Blaze, Derpy Alec, Auk Gamer 3, ASMR Art Inspiration, Super User Tech Mods, one of our moderators. Thank you very much for joining today. Chocolate Hate Cake is also in the house. Cat123, the Fishing Magician 2.0, he just upgraded there. Well done. Beats for Passion, Arm Pitching Development, Lee Downing Keat, OG Spy 1. Travis, before it goes crazy, who else are we saying hello to?
Off My Drywall is here. The Coach Plays. Pop goes the Culture TV. Oh, there we go. Generic Waffle.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Top Gaming Plays. Nuclear. Haven. Artist Haven. Meet the Family. All Silenced. Man, everyone. Project Gamer. We really appreciate it. Looks like everyone is back here and super happy we're back at our normal time.
Thank you everyone for sticking with us. I believe there are at least 2 more Tuesdays to go until Christmas, and then we might have Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. I don't know if we're going to be doing channel audits on those days, and I did have one crazy thought at one point, Travis, of us doing, like, you know, people do Vlogmas. We were going to do channel auditmas, and I thought, no, it's just not possible.
It would be interesting to maybe do, I don't know if people would be up for this, but maybe like a New Year's countdown audit or something, or some weird thing like that. I don't know.
Sure, if you're available for a few hours on New Year's Eve, Travis, and you've got better to do.
Time, so that way it's easy for us. 9 p.m. We can do that.
Absolutely. Anyway, let's get on with what we're going to do today, which is to audit your channels as usual. I'm going to put a graphic on screen which tells you how all of this works if you are new to vidIQ. There is a link in the description. Click on it. I think there's 3 fields, and it gives you the opportunity to have your channel audited for free. How it generally works is that Travis and I will hand select a couple of channels before the audits go live to give those who've submitted before the live stream more of an opportunity to get picked. And also we want a nice breadth because we get a lot of gaming channels. Once we go into the random generator style audits, we will take any channel that we pick up, and I've discovered at this website we have multiple different machines. So I think usually we had a cog machine that picked up a number. Last time we had a piggy bank, and we've got a brand new random number generator this week as well. Super chats, while very welcome, do not guarantee you an audit because we don't want to create a financial barrier to what we do here. If you submit your channel, we expect you to want to grow your channel. That means following YouTube fundamentals and the things that we possibly suggest and everybody in the live stream chat. So bear in mind, if we are giving you advice and you don't want to do it, that's fine. You can carry on your own journey, but it may take you longer to get there. If you have not done this already, then I recommend you go to YouTube, download the vidIQ channel audit tool, and then you get stuff like this, which is your channel audit 24/7 consultant. This is when Travis and I cannot do your audits on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. You will have this card which gives you all of this information about your channel 24/7. It's telling us that we should probably continue doing copper and FTC stuff, but I've asked the audience and it's kind of like a mixed reception. So you got to look at the analytics as well as your audience. But this is a part of our vidIQ tools. It is free to download, and I don't know if this is official or not, but I'm going to announce it because it's pretty much there. We are now on Firefox, I think, or almost on Firefox. So check out Firefox, look at the add-ons for vidIQ, and I think you will find it. In fact, I did this yesterday, so yeah, I was able to download it. So you should be able to download vidIQ from Firefox as well, but we'll have an official announcement, I think, later on in the week about that, an exclusive for you here. Our opinions are based off of first impressions, so if we cannot work out what your channel is about, and we're trying to do this in the channel audits in the first couple of minutes, imagine how much of a struggle your audience is going to find it. That could be like channel focus, branding, thumbnails, that type of thing. And finally, we'll give you lots of advice. You will get lots of advice for other YouTube growth experts and everybody in the live stream. But if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. You've tried it. You can test and see what else works for your YouTube channel. And have I forgotten to say anything? Yes, one more thing. As well as picking from the form and also the random number generator, folks, if you share this live stream now on Twitter, so clear instructions here, Avi, you're going to share this live stream on Twitter. You're going to also include your channel URL in that Twitter share, because Travis and I will randomly pick some channels from Twitter as well, but we need to know what your channel is in order to take a look at it. Thank you very much for the super chat there, the $2 super chat from Just Stupid Games. Are car crash compilations for kids? I would say no. I don't know if car crash compilations would be suitable for anyone, but that was a quick question there on the super chats. Am I missing anything there, Travis, or are we ready to jump into this? That was rapid fire.
That was good.
There. All right, let me click some buttons, which means that Travis can see my screen. Click share there. All right, you should be able to see my screen now, Travis.
Yep.
All right, and I'm going to press this button, which means, which one am I going to use this week? I'm going to use this intro. So these are the people who submit intros to me. And this was one I think was done from somebody who's like a paragliding expert, and we audited his channel last week or a couple of weeks ago. Here we go with channel audits then. Travis, the first one we are looking at, we're jumping right into this, is No Easy Money. I'm just going to ask you very quickly, what do you think the channel is about?
I hope it has something to do with money. Short of that, I don't know. So the interesting thing about the No Easy Money, I like NEM, but I believe that the avatar and the banner is too complicated. Right. You're almost having a hard time to read that. So I appreciate the kind of effort in trying to make something branded, but I think the execution leaves a little bit to be desired. So maybe revisit that. Looking at the thumbnails, of course, they're just kind of either very plain or a little bit like too congested with text and stuff. So none of it's very clear. So I see some money in the last couple, but I also see things like Lego movie figurines and
from a few months ago. It looks as if this channel has maybe pivoted at some point.
So if that's the case, then unlist the stuff that's no longer like relevant to your channel, because you don't want to confuse people. It looks like they're not uploading very regularly. So I would be interested to know, like, what exactly should someone expect from this channel? So maybe either on the homepage or the about page, we could find.
Yeah, let's have a look. See what they're saying there. Absolutely nothing.
So there you go.
101 stuff here, folks. If you want to clearly communicate to your audience, as well as Travis has already said, like in the channel banner and with the thumbnails, if people want to get a real detailed description of your channel and what's in it for them, the about section is a good area. How I understand this to be is something maybe along the lines of rare coin collecting, just as I look at the titles, which are rare coin hunt, which seems to make sense to me. But there, as you say, there's like this random Disney series minifigurines thing that's in there as well. I think if your niche is coin collecting of some kind, that's fine. What I would think of is in your titling strategy is World Coin Hunt number 345. It's a bit repetitive in the titles. You probably want to be saying in each of the particular videos, what coins have you found? And if it's really rare ones, then people may be searching for that specific rare coin on YouTube rather than World Coin Hunt, which is more like a generic catch-all net, and nobody would be searching for that. Thumbnail-wise, we've got some repetition here. Again, what is the hero of the video? What coin was it? And take a really nice screenshot of that. I've noticed on a lot of your thumbnails that you tend to struggle with color balance. It seems like a lot of these have got that warm yellow color, and that's usually from the lighting in the room. You can fix that two ways. You can get some, I think it's CFL lights or lights with very high color temperature, like 5,500 Kelvin, which gets you up to those really nice whites, which is what I'm using right now for my screen. It's like a nice white light, and I'm sure Travis will have a ring light similar to me. It's the Elgato one that you use, isn't it?
Yep.
And you can change your color temperature, and you can also change your color temperature on your camera as well, just to give it more of a cool look rather than this warm glow, which usually tells me that you're quickly taking a snap of something and not really considering how it's going to appear in the thumbnail. So some general tips there, I would say: no easy money. Be a bit clearer about your message. Change up the titles a little bit, change up the thumbnails, and simplify. Like, what is a hero? Get rid of all of this text and just show us the most important coin that you find, because you've got 20-minute videos, so there must be a lot of content in each of these, but you just need to sell it a little bit more. With that being said, I think we've been a little overcritical here, Travis. I've realised that the channel's got 115 subscribers, and each of the views are like comparatively fine with their subscriber count, so it's reaching an audience. It's just a little bit, you could probably do a lot more here and there to maybe increase views by 50%, 100%, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I always feel like if a channel does okay when there's a lot of room improvement, how much better could they be actually doing? Like, if
absolutely, yeah. So we think you've got a niche. Seems like you've got an audience. There's potential there to improve a lot of low-hanging fruit for the channel. We'll move on. I haven't. Oh yes, I have. I've got my bell with me, and so we'll move on to the next channel, which is Scott Van Breda. Oh, cool. And you can pretty much tell immediately what this channel's about because of the imagery in the channel banner, because they've got some brief descriptions there. I'm not sure whether you need to include the like, comment, and subscribe and all of the social media stuff here. I mean, I guess for mobile it might help, but considering how small the wording is, and I never think black on red ever really works. It's always really difficult to read. So maybe think about that. Can you add maybe like a value proposition? It feels like you're maybe a amateur or professional go-kart racer. Like could you maybe do something a little bit funky with your name, like the van man with a go-kart? I know I'm terrible at these value propositions when I just come to my head like that, but something that makes it maybe a little more exciting, high octane to describe what your channel is about. But I think we can clearly see that it's about your go-karting journey. It looks to be you're racing in many different events, which is fantastic. It looks as if you occasionally drop in some video game stuff here, because that looks like it might be from a video game. This McLaren one here. So do you want to be mixing your go-karting and your video gaming? I know there is a connection between the two topics, but like I enjoy playing racing games on an Xbox, but I don't necessarily have any interest in go-karting. Right. So there might still be a bit of a disconnect there. The thumbnails are quite interesting, and like they're unique. And like, how else can you sell your races other than to show the first person view of what you're doing? I don't know, you might have to do a bit of searching there to find which are really good thumbnails for that. Any strong thoughts coming from you here, Travis? I like this last one as well, box. I don't know what it means, but it's intriguing in itself. Like
card takes over. No, I think I as we've talked about before, while you can absolutely cover more than one type of subject, as long as there's some type of connection to them that makes sense, that's usually okay. And what the thing that connects them here is kind of carish type things, obviously, like kind of a go-karting thing, and then car video games, and then I think they said there's something else in the banner. So it's a wide narrow type thing where Formula One and sim racing, and they're all kind of car related things, but Formula One versus racing versus video games versus go-karting, there are different separate people. Now, the one plus about this is, one reason that you might be doing it is not all of these things are year-round things. So like Formula One, when Formula One ends, then what? So he kind of has protected himself by being able to fill in video game content during the times when maybe some of these other events are not going on, or if he can't go-kart because it's too cold or whatever. So I can appreciate that. But yeah, understand that like that may make it difficult to get traction on any one particular kind of playlist of a specific type. But an interesting way to kind of cover the gaps. I don't know what racing is going on right now. Maybe none in December. So yeah, do some video game stuff.
I think what's interesting here is that the channel, pretty much in the last at least month or so, is now pitching themselves as a go-karting channel. I would say, from a number of karting videos and a channel banner. But when you sort by most popular, none of the most popular videos are actually karting ones. It's all about F1 or racing. Yeah. So it looks as if with your 1,500 subscribers, Scott, you're maybe repositioning your channel, which is absolutely fine. You're just going to have to expect a bit of a drop-off with your content. But yeah, I think, Travis, you're right as well, that maybe you do need to fill in the gaps in the calendar when there isn't necessarily anything going on. And I think with your karting ones, although you have like a low amount of views versus subscribers, they're all consistent. So I think you may be starting to build an audience there, but you're just going to have to hack away at it for a while to almost build up a new audience for your karting stuff. And I don't know whether, it's probably a bit early to say this now, but whether you need to silo these into a few channels perhaps in the future. Maybe something to think about there. We've not really said anything about thumbnails. I think they're all generally fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're. I mean, some of them are really great.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that, because we only have a certain amount of time we can talk about each of the channels, I think the focus really is like, are they executing things well? I think of all the things, the thumbnails are the least concerning at all. Just other things that you have to think about the value proposition, and if something becomes popular on this channel, for example, if one of the F1 videos takes off and hits 1 million views tomorrow, that means that all those subscribers you make from that are going to be interested in F1 stuff. So you need to be able to go ahead and jump back on that. Which
is kind of happened in the past, like this one with 500,000 views from a year ago. That's, I assume, I would have thought you'd probably have more subscribers than that, considering you've had quite a few videos with a lot of views. So it's a bit of a thought-provoking channel here, but we do wish you the best of luck, Scott, with your YouTube adventure. As we move on to another cars channel here, Automotive Stories. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers, which you look as if you just cracked. You got a golden retriever. The thought of golden retrievers right now just gives me shivers. If you hear him barking later on, that's why. Currently he's asleep. All right, so sorry, I'm going off topic. So it looks as if your channel is about maybe your car. Is it? And is that a Honda Accord? That's what it looks like in the channel banner. But then I'm seeing other cars in some of your videos as well. So let's have a look at the about section, because I want to see what it's about. I won't bore you with a big essay. If you like cars, you're in the right place. So I think maybe this struggles a little bit with a previous channel as well. There's a lot of ways to like cars, like whether it's F1 or go-karting or like budget cars or fast cars or like souped up cars. So I think maybe you need to find your target audience, and if it is maybe like a Honda Accord, which you might call it like a standard 4-door saloon car on a budget, then that's maybe kind of your target audience, and maybe that's how you need to target that a little more strategically. But then I see that you've got trying to get 3 stars at all the drift zones on Forza Horizon, so again you're sort of pushing in video gaming into there. So another channel where I think it's trying to, you have this top topic of cars, but that's far too broad still for a small channel to try and establish themselves. Yeah. We're repeating a lot of the same stuff here, Travis. Is there anything else we could?
I just think it's interesting that the last couple of months have been, looks like almost specifically about his particular car.
Yeah, that's what it's almost like, the journey of his car. Yeah, intermixed with a couple of little other things here and there.
So in a lot of ways, what you said in your about page isn't necessarily true. It's like, if you like Honda Civics, then this is the right channel for you. But if you like cars, you want to see a lot of different cars, and that's not an easy thing to do. So unless you are, looking at different videos and kind of commentating on those, or you have a lot of money and can just get a bunch of cars, this isn't exactly what you've promised in the about page. Now, it looks like earlier you were talking about a lot of different cars, but something has changed and you're more focused on your own. So, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be hard for someone to understand exactly what they're going to. Of course, you have your dog in there randomly. I like dogs, but I think it's really important to figure out where your value is going forward. And if it's going to be following the journey of your car, nothing wrong with that, but really double and triple down on it and change the about page, change your banner, like do all the things so that it's very clear that that's what they're going to get.
You occasionally have some breakthrough videos here, like one here about a 2019 Honda Civic that had 3,500 views, and another one here about a 2018 Civic, 6,500 views. So maybe looking at those videos in particular, like it's a particular new thing that you're revealing to the audience, or like did it have really good watch time versus other videos? I think you're going to have to go into the fine detail of the analytics here to find out which of the certain videos that are giving your channel a bit more of a boost than other ones with your content. So two interesting ones there, car channels, but maybe car channels that need to have a bit more focus on them to help educate the audience. All right, have I done yet another car channel? No, I haven't. All right, Margarison Match Fishing with this one. I'm going to let you lead this with this one, Travis, and see if you can work out the interesting things that are going on with this channel.
You know, it was funny, that picture up top, the very first thing I thought when I saw it was a crossbow. It has a huge crossbow. But no, it has something to do with fishing. And I imagine people who know fishing would have recognized that because it's beyond me. But I think maybe, first of all, Magerson match fishing. Is that a specific type of fishing? Do you fish with matches?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you?
Not a clue.
Try to match up fishes. So I guess if we let's go to the homepage real quick, just out of curiosity.
So it looks like there is some sort of thing going on there. Did you say a homepage there, Travis?
Yeah, you go to home just in case. Okay, so he hasn't checked. This is the other thing. Everyone needs to take time. Like literally everyone in the chat, if you're not doing this, you're wasting the time being here. Literally, I'm going to give you a gem right now. Everyone, get ready. Are you ready? Okay. This page is the page that converts people from potential viewers to potential subscribers. Literally 90% of the people that come to this page, your channel page, your home page, this is where you can convert them to subscribers. Now, how do you do that? Well, if you look at the way this is out and this is laid out, it's not laid out awesome. Hey, there's no channel trailer, there's no playlist, there's nothing. So what you're hoping is someone will look at one of these first 6 videos and like it. If they don't like it, then they leave. Now, what you should do is something like if you show Leron's channel, if you pull up Leron's channel.
Oh, Leron.
I know.
Leron, here we go. We will come back to your channel, by the way, but it's a good point a good general point for all creators here to focus on.
So if you go to Leron's channel, whenever you click on a video and then like it and then click on his name, this is what you get. So you get his banner, you get his channel trailer, you get playlists, multiple playlists with descriptions and multiple videos that if someone is looking for something, if they click on any of these videos, they're in a playlist, which means they're in a binge session on your channel, which gives them a much better opportunity of subscribing to your channel. Literally, if everyone in the chat did not just pay attention to what I just said, you've missed the biggest thing you will probably hear in an entire live stream. This is what you need to do on your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel should look very similar to this. Playlists, descriptions, and channel trailer. Do it today. Literally, this should take you no great amount of time to do this.
To be fair to Leron, Travis, you are one of his
I am in there.
awesome tech friends.
I am.
So well done. You've made his list. And yeah, I would also just add that the average person maybe spends 4 or 5 hours on a video. Yeah. I mean, it can change wildly between different creators. Building out your channel homepage is about an hour, 2-hour job, and then you can leave it for 3 or 4 months. It's a bit like doing a channel trailer or a channel description. Yeah. Something that's really crucial, doesn't take much time to do, but people neglect it quite often.
So let's click into one of these videos. You don't have to play it, but I find it interesting that they all have really good amount of views. Like all
yeah. So
really interesting.
You've noticed that as well, have you?
So one of 2 things is going on. Either the search is amazing for all of these, which is very possible. There's not a lot of comments for a 7,000.
Yes, I thought exactly the same thing. Here's my thought. Because there are so many of these videos that have so many views, It feels like if you were doing paid views on all of these, you'd be spending a lot of money. It feels as if this maybe is shared in like a Facebook group
or something like
a group outside of that. So it gets a lot of views, but it gets none of the engagement. It probably maybe gets engagement on the Facebook page or wherever. I'm not necessarily losing out there, but it just means that it gives us a bit of an odd feedback here on the channel when you're looking at the channel directly.
You should not be getting views like this at a 700 subscriber channel,
exactly,
and not be growing ridiculously fast. Like there's nothing about this that makes sense. So whatever it is that. Now, listen, here's the other thing. If it is getting just normal organic growth, you're missing one thing, and that is your call to action to get people to subscribe, because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're getting all these views and not the subscribers.
Yeah, and I guess if we're thinking about YouTube optimization, let's say you might be guaranteed to get these reviews elsewhere because there's a big community, but maybe on YouTube, maybe you need to think about the titling a little bit more, or certainly the thumbnails. I think the thumbnails you're missing big time here. With all fishing channels, it seems to be that the thing you want to show is the catch. Like, how big is the fish that you caught in this particular video? With you with a big smiley face holding it up next to the fish or whatever, or like something that says 31 pounds or whatever. That seems to be what that generically does well with fishing channels. And also, usually with fishing channels, you can get a nice contrast between foreground and background, like whether that's like a bright blue sky. I'd usually say like a nice blue image of the water, but it looks as if you're fishing in areas which have fairly murky water, so you might have to tweak the thumbnails a little bit. I would say that when I look at these thumbnails, the text serves no purpose whatsoever, because I'm not reading the text on any one of these thumbnails. They just seem like complete distractions. Because the way you've done the text, I would leave the text out and make it more about when a person's scrolling through a feed, they see like a huge fish, or like you in action of pulling that fish out. That would be far more effective than the text, which I would guess is regurgitating the titles in most cases, and that does seem to be the case. Just this one here: Spring Lee Fishery Remain AC Match Orphy Pool 5th of September 2019. There's far too much information there. Yeah. I as a viewer, I don't need to know the date in the thumbnail, and I probably don't even. I might need to know maybe the location, but that's probably it. No more than that. So yeah, definitely simplify the thumbnails. Now, of course, with that being said, Travis, I think we both agree that if Fish Channel is organically getting these views, that is fantastic. Yeah. As you say, calls to action, and with these sort of views, you could maybe be doing like some media kits, some brand deals. Like if you can't at least grow the channel audience-wise, you could probably earn quite a bit of money out of this through selling products and things if you're not already doing that. Yeah. So Margarison Match Fishing, congratulations on certainly the view counts on your channel. Yeah. It's looking really helpful.
Super chats if you want to read through those.
Yeah, okay, let's go through with super chats then. I did hear them coming through. Thanks for reminding me, Travis. So Deep Desai says, what are the top 5 paid ways to promote your channel? I'm terrible at this because I've never done a single paid promotion on any YouTube video. And
I wouldn't say there's 5. I'd say there's 1, and you probably couldn't bother. And that is to make a channel trailer and promote that. Because if you promote any particular video, the minute that the money drops out on that thing, the video's dead. The video's absolutely, positively dead. So if you really wanted to pay something, then make a channel trailer that's really creative and captivating and only like 30, 40 seconds long, and then promote that. But to be honest, you're better off using that same money and investing in your channel and growing it organically, which will always be faster than
buying a new microphone, like new equipment. And yeah, like you say, I think paid promotion always gives you artificial results, whereas growing a channel organically and using that time to maybe to build your other social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, whatever else, and like having more eggs in a couple of baskets is going to help you as well. I guess the simple answer to that is don't do paid promotion, because unless you're selling a product or a service where you're looking to earn money rather than build an audience, then we would generally stick towards just optimization of your content. The Curry Kid, I remember we audited this channel last week. This was a younger kid who was doing Indian cuisine. Many thanks for your review and constructive feedback from a few weeks ago. Already noticing changes. So that's brilliant to see.
Awesome.
Let's we have a very, very quick look at the channel and see like if we can notice the changes. What's going on here? All right, I can't remember exactly what the channel used to look like.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but I remember what it was, and we were talking about doing like takeaway stuff and making sure that you give that value proposition really easy. And it's definitely in the banner. I don't remember if that was there before, but it certainly tells you right off the bat.
I seem to remember that we wanted to encourage you to, because you're a young chef, like promoting that was your superpower. Also, Travis has already given you some homework, and that is to build out your channel. Yes. Your homepage, but thumbnail wise, things still looking very strong and very tasty indeed. Well, I did have some chicken curry last night actually, and that bhaji does look succulent.
I've never had it. I don't know what that is.
Let's move on to Trickshot Nation. I immediately think of Dude Perfect whenever I see like a channel that's dedicated to trick shots and the like. You got 100 subscribers, but each one of your videos has more views than subscribers, which is fantastic to see. You don't post enough, I would say. Like, you've posted 4 or 5 videos in the last 3 months. Maybe you had a bit more time during the summer holidays. That's my guess. Thumbnail wise, you're using custom thumbnails, which is great to see. But with a trick shot, you want to try to tease to the audience something that's in motion, and like you don't see the final result, like maybe a ball that's heading towards a hole, and it's like from the thumbnail it's like, oh, is it going to get in the hole or is it going to miss? I just can't quite tell. This one here, for example, the water bottle flip, you probably want to focus a bit more on a bottle and in its flip motion, and like, oh, is it going to land or isn't it, and tweaking of that there. But it's good to see that you're using custom thumbnails already. Text-wise, it looks as if you're maybe trying to decide whether you want to use text or not. We can't quite see that. What are you thinking, Travis? I'm just going to look through the thumbnails a little bit more.
Yeah, it seems like some of the later ones, or the more recent ones, are definitely better as far as...
there's an evolution there.
But yeah, at the end of the day, the titling is making some assumptions as if you have a large kind of following. So there's not a lot of search that's another opportunity here, which is kind of a problem. I would definitely look, if you're doing specific tricks, especially ones that other like larger YouTubers or whatever have done, look at the titling that they've used there and try to leverage that, because again, you're doing well for your size, but imagine if you did like just the right enough things, like how much better you could be doing. So I think, for your size, the view counts are great, they're excellent, but I mean, let's take a look at Dude Perfect and see what kind of things they're doing. See, look at that cool like Nerf. Look at the thumbnails are just really good.
It's the arrows pointing and like in the middle of an action of kicking a ball, that type of thing, and it's relatively simple. It looks as if arrows help pointing in directions of where things are going and stuff, which might help. I mean, it's not quite Dude Perfect. This channel, it looks like it's specifically like bottle flipping, mostly here. Although there's a bit of variety. So yeah, I think Travis is right. The execution just needs improvement, and the channel is already healthy in a certain way that you have your channel focus, and lots of channels really struggle with this for years. We've looked at 2 channels that are about cars. Yours is about trick shots, but we can already see that maybe you're focusing a little bit on the bottle flipping and like balancing, which seems to be quite prevalent in all of your thumbnails. I think, just as an example, like this one, we need to be a lot more zoomed in. Like we don't need to see the clothes hung up on your door there, or like the cabinet over here. It's like, make this bit fill the screen almost. And you might want to maybe cut out the background a little bit and analytical. Like this one I think is interesting. It's like you probably could have zoomed in a little bit more on yourself and the balls bouncing. I think the color filter thing is fine. And like, again, this is another one where you could probably just zoom in with your shocked face and the bottles at the top, which might just be a bit more impactful. Having said that though, Trickshot Nation, I think you've started the YouTube journey and you seem to be making progress. Every video is getting triple digits, which for some, again, is a huge milestone, and you've broken it, I think, with almost every video that you've made, which is fantastic to see. We'll move on to ASMR art inspiration. Now, if you want to learn how to not start a YouTube ASMR channel, then check out the video I did a couple of weeks ago, which is one of the most least viewed videos on the channel, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and at least one person took inspiration from it, the channel that we focused on. But visual ASMR, that's new to me. I didn't realize that visual relaxation.
I've never heard of it, but when I looked at it, I'm like, this looks amazing.
Yeah, so it looks as if you're blending like colors and images together with things, which seems like a really good idea. And so I think I did actually do a search here for visual ASMR to see what type of videos there are, and it looks as if I think the best ones are the thumbnails which have a lot of color and power in them. Although some people, it looks as if they're using visual triggers a lot in the title. I noticed that. But oh look, there you are.
There you go.
You're ranking. I mean, it might be influenced a bit by my searches that I've done, but the fact that you're already ranking is good. In the same token, though, if you're ranking so highly and you're only getting maybe 100 views, is there an audience for visual ASMR? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It seems to suggest from vidIQ that maybe it is a keyword that has potential. So maybe continue with a volume. I mean, you're only 10 videos into this journey right now.
Like 2 weeks.
Pumped out a lot of traffic, which is great to see. And I like the fact that you're almost already trying to decide whether or not you want to use text, because in some you don't. And I'm immediately drawn, of all of the thumbnails, I'm immediately drawn to this one and this one. Because I think the colours really contrast well, and you're showing like the mixing element, which works. These ones a little later on, I think lose a bit of visual impact. But I can appreciate that you're experimenting here. What are we thinking, Travis?
I love the colors. I love the mixture of the colors. It's visually captivating. The thumbnails are really good. I think that there's absolutely no need for text on almost any of these, because just the visual nature of them is just beautiful. So that is really awesome. I guess, what do we have? I'm assuming the homepage isn't set up. I don't know about the about page. What kind of things?
Let's have a quick look.
Oh no! Wait, look.
So we have built out a bit of a channel. Yeah,
look. All right, look. So this is better than nothing. This is better than the other ones we've looked at, where at least you have a channel trailer and at least a couple of playlists. I would still like to see them built out a little bit more, but it's much better than nothing. What does the about page say?
Let's have a look. See.
It is.
Yeah, that's been filled out as well.
That's great, and it gives great information. It's dedicated to the visual ASMR. My goal is to offer ASMR triggers of ultimate quality, 4K UHD. So this gives you an idea of what's going on. Talks about to inspire you. Look, this is well done.
Yeah, some good fundamentals here. I'm going to give this channel the confetti of celebration now. I think, even though the channel's young, 25 subscribers, it feels like a niche that's not yet oversaturated. So you're getting in there at a good time, I feel. I think the thumbnails, while good, I think maybe you could add a bit of vibrancy in some of them, like just add a bit of extra saturation to really make them pop. And also maybe think about this. When we talked about the ASMR channel, what was it, ASMR Mag UK, they were trying to include trends in their content. So it might be you want some like Thanksgiving trends, or especially Christmas trends, like the reds and the whites might be powerful. So it's almost like the Christmas ASMR relaxation video. Think about how potentially that could really trigger something. Sorry, Travis, you were going to say something.
I had a conversation with her not too long ago, and I asked her like what kind of techniques she was using as far as like ideas for next videos and stuff, and she blew my mind with one of the things that she does. And by the way, she's so technical and so analytical, and I like to sit and live in the analytics, but she has spreadsheets, and she is going to blow up because she's just phenomenal. Now, one of the things she showed me that she did, which I couldn't even.
We are talking about ASMR Mag, right? Yeah. So this is the channel that we're talking about.
First of all, look at all the things. First of all, she makes all of this food, which is another kind of crazy thing. But she started using only vidIQ and only vidIQ's kind of our live streams and all this stuff to grow her channel within, was it 4 months, to like 3,000 subscribers. So she like started with 0 subscribers about 4 months ago, right?
It's doubled in size since I audited the channel, which was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So really grown.
She has gained 2,000 subscribers in the last, I think, month, I believe it was. Yeah. So she's exponentially getting faster. Now, what is she doing? She's doing everything we talk about in these live streams. And she's told me in no uncertain terms, she watches all of our live streams and she looks for things that we say and she does them. And she executes and she grows because she's paying attention to the live streams and to the video. She's literally doing, and she's told me this, her words, everything we say. And that has grown her. If you look, there's her 1,000 subscriber special 1 month ago. She has 3,300 subscribers now. So in 1 month, she's tripled her subscriber base. And one of the things she does, and she's absolutely, she's so awesome. I love talking to her because she's so like analytical. But one thing she did, which I've never heard of before, is she'll go into her comment section, which I love to tell people to go in your comments and figure out what people are saying. But she's taking it to the next level. She finds people in her comment section that leave comments that are either channels or have something related to their interest. Like it might be Lego Lover. Maybe a guy said, Lego Lover said, I love your video, it was great. And what she's trying to figure out is, how did her video get in front of them? So then she will look at them. She will then look at their interests and then find out if any of those things are trending and then do a video on that.
Whew.
I know the whole like the Minecraft thing is based. I'll tell you exactly which one. You see that gotcha one, the 9,000 one.
Yeah, well, this is the one where I was saying like it's just going to take one of his videos to go viral, and this is like her next mini viral moment, almost 10,000 views. Fantastic.
And here's one of the things she did. The video before that, someone had the word gotcha in her comment section. So she looked it up. Yeah. She found out what it was. She had no idea what it was. She searched it. She realized that gotcha, if you do a search using our tool, has a great capability of getting ranked in search and have a lot of views. And look what happened. She literally used our tool, and I'm blown away by her every time. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted. I think this channel's going to have like tens of thousands of subscribers. Yeah. The last time I predicted that, I said I was going to eat my shirt, and I didn't even have a channel. Didn't get there, but this channel, I mean, it's grown exponentially, and it's just when you look at ASMR, and then you see like a half-eaten iPhone, and so what is going on there? And that's where we think, going back to the channel that we were originally looking at. Sorry, we've gone a little bit off topic there, but I think for a very valuable reason. This is where I think you could have your ASMR, the visual elements, but like what's coming next? Is it Christmas, like Super Bowl, Thanksgiving, all of these crazy ideas to merge it into what you're doing here. So we wish you the best luck. I mean, just started the channel, 26 subscribers, but there's a potential there to do better. All right, we are now 45 minutes in, so I think it's time for a random Twitter selected channel for auditing here. So what we do, this is the most scientific way I can think of doing this, is I'm just going to scroll up and down the screen, and then Travis closes his eyes, and then he tells me to stop, and we pick that channel to audit. It's as fair a way as I can do it. So Travis, whenever you're ready, please tell me to stop.
3, 2, 1, stop.
All right, we stopped on somebody liked it, so I don't think it's they've liked the channel. We'd like to tweet we were mentioned in, so we're going to go down to this one, which is Sean Limited. Hang on, did you actually share our live stream, or did you just put your channel name in there? That's cheeky. That is cheeky.
You would have got it.
I'm going to say here, this is John Goyette who's done it. Wouldn't mind getting another free one because you shared our stream, so you got to be share our stream, but also your channel, and that's how you will get a channel. I think actually we've audited this channel a free one because you shared
the link. You clicked the wrong link.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong link. All right, let's go. It's this one. There we go. Thank you, Travis. Yeah. This is a homeless movies one. Then we have audited this channel before, and I think this was where like giving weird movies a second chance. He's like really terrible movies or movies that nobody's seen before, but he wants to give them a new home. And I think we like the idea of a channel. It had a good concept, but the struggle was like picking these films that nobody's ever heard of. So the strength is going to be in your delivery, in your presentation, and people wanting to come and visit you as a channel. And that kind of seems to be working. Like you got 2,000 views there. Another one here with I think what we mentioned was trying to find themes of particular really bad horror movies or really bad children's movies, that type of thing. Although maybe you want to avoid children's movies right now, considering Copper. Can you remember anything else that we said here, Travis, about the channel?
No, just that we thought he should do it more often, and he's still kind of.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, because he hasn't done many videos, yeah.
But other than that, just doing a really good job. Just keep
fantastic thumbnails here as well.
Yeah, the thumbnails seem a little different. Some of them seem a little different or better. I'm not sure if he changed any of them or not. But,
maybe.
Hard to say. Regardless, keep at it. Still more content.
Thank you very much for sharing our stream, and we'll pick another tweet later on. Let's go back to the ones who were submitted through the form. And this is Mile High Firebird. Travis, you picked this one. I'm getting deja vu here. I feel as if we've audited this channel before, but it might have been 6 months ago, or like a very similar one of somebody who was a pilot and is like blogging their experiences. If it was, the thumbnails are just on a different level. They seem absolutely fantastic. Here's an example of where I don't have too much of an issue with the channel using text because the fonts are consistent in every single one of the thumbnails, and they tend to be complementary most of the time. For example, the banner towing Philadelphia one. I'm not sure what banner towing means. Oh, Sorry, I'm I'm just reading words without actually thinking what it means. So you're towing banners at the back of your plane, I guess, like adverts and things. When you're saying something out of context, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, so like in this Philadelphia one, I think that's really cool there, like the wonderful landscape there. Travis, you may disagree with me here. Like, do you think the text is okay here, or maybe?
I just saw that
he
said that since we last audited and he changed some thumbnails, his subs have doubled.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I do. This feels like a familiar channel.
Well, this one too. I guess we did, but that was.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, so the reason I picked this, because I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't on the stream or whatever. I like the concept. I think it's kind of a cool concept. I'm all about like cool concepts, and you just don't see a lot of like pilot channels. And I think it's interesting for people who are either looking to become a pilot, who love flying or something like that. There's just so many interesting things about this. I'm kind of fascinated by flying, even though I don't like to fly. So this is I just thought it was a really interesting video channel. So he does a couple things. First of all, I think he did a really smart thing. The best gift for pilots. So again, he's talking about pilots and pilot life and stuff, and he's like, hey, if you have a pilot in your family or friend or whatever, or something like that, here's some drones and some cool stuff like that they might like. I think that was really smart, especially for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
The some of the pictures in the air are great. His thumbnail strategy is really like, some are better than others, for sure. Some are really, really good.
Yeah, this one, for example, I think is a bit too busy. You probably just want a versus symbol rather than private or commercial in the text there. But like, I love this. I love that one. Love that one. This one maybe is a bit too bland, but like, how can you make a cargo pilot interview interesting? We got 6,000 views from it, so that one certainly worked. I think generally good. The thumbnails are pretty good though. That one's fantastic.
Some are just really excellent. So, and it seems like you're getting pretty decent views. How many subscribers does the channel have again?
4.5.
1.5K. Oh, okay. Well, maybe a little bit low for someone like that, but there are every once in a while one will hit off pretty good, and it could be also. And every niche is a little bit different. Like that one, 3 months later.
Yeah, I just noticed that one. Wow.
I was just about to say,
you double down on that anymore. That was fantastic.
You need to do that. B, sometimes in some niches they just take time. I've noticed that there's some niches that views don't come very quick. They don't come in the first 2 or 3 weeks, but over months they like start to spike. I've noticed that. And this just might be one of those niches, because everything after 3 months has really good views. So my guess is that that it's just one of those ones that just needs to soak for a little while.
Key lime air. That seems to be a winning keyword for you. So if there's anything else you can do around that keyword, certainly investigate it. So yeah, I think this is the one that gets the confetti of joy here. I do like this channel. I think, as Travis said, we're always looking for something new and interesting, and you have a very unique superpower. How many people in the world tow banners as a pilot? You're probably thinking maybe in the thousands. How many of them have YouTube channels?
By the way,
you may be the only one. You may be the only one on YouTube. Sorry, yeah, Travis, go ahead.
He very obviously has either watched our stream or listened to our information about the About page. This is very much the Liron About page template, which I love.
Yeah, you've come to the right place. I think that's a telltale sign, isn't it? Do you need this? Do you need that? You come to the right place.
Listen, hats off to you.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, next channel is Top Shelf Media. You're close to 100 subscribers. And for a channel that looks to be relatively new, with only 100 subscribers, it looks like the channel's well built out. A lot of content already. You've been doing it for about a year. Feels like it's maybe a tech gear camera type of channel.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike.
It
from
feels
Top
like
Shelf
you're
Media.
leaning towards camera gear, just because I see more of that in the channel banner than anything else, which means that you are going to be under more scrutiny for your thumbnails, certainly. And while the thumbnails I think are a solid B minus, I think they probably do need to improve a little bit. I don't have an issue with you being in the thumbnail and like the solid background, but I don't think this gradient grey text works well at all. I think the contrast isn't working well there. Maybe no text at all is potentially something to look at. And then when we look at the views, like, why did this video here on your new MacBook Pro only get 9 views?
Yeah, very weird.
What is going on there? And then we start to look at the content. Smart home tech. A Ronin, what is that? Would that be like a tripod
gimbal
of some kind?
Gimbal.
and then Instagram split photo, and then Google Nest Hub.
But his YouTube TV video did well.
Yeah, and then cutting the cable there on YouTube TV, that got a bit of traction. It feels to me like you're covering far too many topics. It's one of those channels where you're reviewing the products that you have, that you bought, which is absolutely fine. Yep. Sometimes you've got to work with that to begin with. But at some point, your audience is going to gravitate to maybe watch reviews or get camera gear, and that's where you'll maybe start to funnel down and concentrate on that content a little bit, or else you'll have this issue of some videos getting more views and subscribers than others just absolutely tanking completely, which is unfortunate, but it's just the nature of the tech beast. It gets to a point where people are finding your content and getting an answer, but then they're not subscribing to you because they've got what they needed, and then they're moving on to something else. So we all struggle from that in the tech sector, unless you try and build up a personality around your content. Travis, you are a tech channel, of course, so I used to be, but you're much more well-versed in this area, so anything else to add?
Yeah, I think you got it right. I mean, so there's a couple ways of looking at this. How old, if we scroll down, how old is the channel?
It's about at least a year.
Yeah, a little bit over a year. Yeah, to not be at 100 subscribers after a year, especially with some of the videos getting pretty decent views, there's obviously a problem. And it could be within the video itself. It could be that there's just a sharp drop in every single video, and YouTube's just not really promoting them. So, and your About page needs a lot more information. But I feel like with the amount of time and the amount of kind of overall channel views you should definitely have more than 100 subscribers. So something is wrong. I would maybe spend some time in the analytics and look at your retention rate and figure out, also by using our tool, the channel audit on the left-hand side, will tell you all about your channel, what's working, what isn't working, and look at the videos that are bringing in subscribers and do more of those.
Yeah, I'm just checking the titles here. I mean, it's nice time to ask some questions in a few of them. Great lights for a studio. I
think a lot of that stuff is fine. It's something else is going on, and it could be. I would start with the analytics, and again, use our tool to kind of get a general idea right off the bat, and then dive in after that.
Yeah. All right, that concludes our pre-selected channels, which means that we now go to the random challenge, whereby we'll check how many submissions we've got this week, 250. So thank you to all of you, 250 submissions so far. This is going to be our machine of choice today. So here's what we do. We put in number 250, and then we press the machine, and it's just one of the balls, which is 232. How awesome is that? No expense spared, once again, because we didn't spend any money on it.
I love that.
And the first channel is going to be a Lego channel, which looks something like this. We always review a Lego channel every single week. Every single week. And this one is Lights, Camera, Lego.
I love it. That's a great name.
Nice use. So my guess is from your channel name, it's like you're recreating TV or movie sketches or something along those lines, or it's stop motion animation, rather than just reviewing Lego products and things. And is that the case? Let's see. Live stream, Skydive sequel, Super Lego live stream. So you're doing a couple of live streams. It's a 15-second one there, which suggests that that's a stop motion. I'm going to have to just click in one of these just to see what's going on. We'll mute the sound. Let's get a look at what we have.
Oh, wow. That's so cool, but it takes so much time. My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
I massive props to people who do these type of videos.
My gosh.
Like animation and things. Like, it looks pretty good to me.
That's really cool.
From what we can see. Maybe the lighting needs to be a little fixed, but we can't go into video content. It takes too long when we start looking at videos themselves. So we get the idea of a channel. Nearly 400 subscribers.
How old is this channel?
So the channel is
about a year.
About a year old. So my thought is that I think people who find your content are going to enjoy it, but you need to somehow get an audience, which again maybe think about tying in the trends or cultural phenomena, whether it's Christmas or whether you're going to try and maybe recreate Home Alone. Like, can you imagine that if you try to do a Home Alone stop motion now of Kevin McAllister chasing around the house with the criminals? that's the type of thing I would be thinking about in terms of, because you've got a great idea, but there are already channels that do stop motion animation of Lego. So how can you differentiate yourself? And that may be the way forward. But again, you got to plan this well in advance, because I imagine it takes weeks to film this type of stuff. I'll just go have a look at the about section, see what it says. All right, so it looks as if you have characters. So you've already got like an established series going on your channel. Nothing wrong with that, but I think to build an audience, that's going to take a while for people to get invested. I say this a lot, and this is never critical of a video creator, but when I'm going through YouTube and I don't know anything about you, unfortunately, I don't care about you. I just want to be entertained by the content. I want to be informed, or I want to get my answer to a question.
Yep.
Because if I scroll through and see Lego Yeti all funny scenes, to me, who doesn't know anything about your channel, I'm a bit lost, and I'm going to maybe try and find something a bit more broad in its appeal, would be my general thoughts. Travis, anything else? I mean, there's one Lego Doctor Who, which might be a good idea for reaching out to a broader audience.
Yeah, you're going to have to leverage what people will accidentally find, because it looks like your stop motion is really good. So it's really going to be about that title, thumbnail, and the idea behind both. And I love that idea. Or Star Wars doing a, kind of, because of course in December, the new Star Wars, like even if you just redid the trailer that just came out not too long ago. When the Disney Plus came out and everyone was excited about watching all the Marvel movies and stuff like that, if you had done like a trailer based, I mean, you could literally just do movie trailers and Lego stop motion as a reproduction, and I guarantee you this channel would blow up. If you just reproduced all the big movies that come out, just pick one. I know this takes a long time, but pick one, reenact it in Legos, practically guarantee this channel will be quadruple the size in like 4 months easily. Just try it once, because I think Travis and I appreciate that this would be a big commitment. Yeah.
But just imagine if this one video that you experimented with got 600 views instead of 100. It's like, wow, that really did work. Then maybe I can assign 50-50, so 50-50 of my own project. But also that thing, we call them like flagship videos, the ones that are going to reach a broad audience, and you spend a bit of time on it. It's not necessarily for you, it's for a potential audience out there. But yeah, I think the best channel name we've seen for a while, that one, Lights, Camera, Lego. Pick another one now. It is going to be... New balls, please. 220. I'm sorry if that's really loud, by the way. It seems to be really loud in my headphones.
I didn't even hear it.
The only person who can hear is Travis. All right, next channel we have is... And I will do some Twitter choices and super chats soon. Tech Pro ATL. So, tech with a globe, some wires on it. Okay. October technology recap with some AirPods. I mean, if you must include AirPods in the title if you're gonna focus on something like that. And then how to Photoshop a face in Photoshop. Does my area have 5G? Feels like a tech channel for the masses, which means that it's unfortunately not going to appeal to anyone.
Yeah.
As I look at it. Yeah. All right. So here, Tech Pro, what I want you to do is I want you to delete general.
Yeah.
And I want you to replace that word with tech that you're most passionate about and know the most about on YouTube and can deliver something that nobody else can on YouTube. Otherwise, you're going to have this situation where it's like, I don't really know what the channel's about. Okay, you did an internet test speed there, and then 5G, those are kind of connected. But then we're into some Photoshop stuff, which is, again, a completely different topic. Really niche down on the tech that's most important to you. Whether it's Apple products, Android apps, Microsoft Surface, or whatever, that's where I'll be going, that stuff. Travis, I don't think there's any more to add unless you can think of anything. I'll pick another channel and then you can lead with that one.
Absolutely.
We're going to go with number 4. We're going right to the beginning of the list. Did I already pick this channel? It's about cars. Yes, we've already picked that one. Okay, so 21 this time. 21. It's a gaming channel. Is this our first full-on gaming channel?
Can you believe it? We finally...
Yeah, we're an hour in. We haven't done a gaming channel yet.
Amazing.
What is going on? Fire Rank Gaming. 10 subscribers. Brand new channel. What do we got here?
You know, it's interesting. I looked at the banner. I've never seen a banner that tells you what it won't have, which I think is pretty funny. But it's at least
no board games. Okay, yeah.
No board games here. If you're looking for board games elsewhere. So they've only been out of a month. Nice amount of videos for a month, which is great. And let's see. So the struggle, Apex Legends. Is the struggle a game?
I guess so. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It seems like
Out of Worlds, Apex, which are even like barely kissing cousins as far as what type of game they are. Maybe, but barely. The struggle, I have no idea what type of game that is, but I'm guessing it's not a first-person shooter, in which case it's completely different than the others. So I think what you need to think about when you're a gaming channel is when someone finds one of the games you watch or you play and they like it and they subscribe, they're subscribing for that game. They haven't subscribed really necessarily for you yet. Unlikely anyway, especially after only a month. So if you're then going to a completely different type of game, they're just not going to watch that game. Of course, nothing in the about page, so now we know nothing. So the question then is, why would someone watch an Outer Worlds game if they like the struggle, or vice versa? They probably won't. That's the answer. They probably won't. So you need to understand that if you're going to have multiple games, they need to be very tightly together. Like, I know people don't hate on this, but Roblox and Minecraft are probably two of the closest in that type of niche that you're going to get. There's really not a lot else beside that. But Apex, COD, any of the other first-person shooters like that are very closely, tightly knit. So I think about it, and the easiest way to think about it is like this. When you think Ninja, what game do you think about? You thinking about 10 different games? No, thinking Fortnite. So he really, tied himself to a specific game, really tripled down on it, and now he is where he is. So he can play any game he wants to now, but you associate him with one particular game, and that just might be what you want to do.
Personally, I was thinking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lost in Time, when he said ninja, but that's just me, and I'm being very nostalgic. I think, all of the usual game stuff. Welcome to YouTube, of course. I think the fact that you're making videos of like 10 minutes plus, I think that's a good start with video length. The fact that you're making a lot of content is good, and I think the thumbnail game, although there's still a lot of work to be done there, the fact that you're, less than 10 videos into your journey, there's already some good stuff there. But yeah, as Travis said, there's a lot of strategic decisions you're going to have to make at some point as a video creator. All right, let's go with the random Twitter selection next time. I'm going to start scrolling up and down. Travis, tell me when to stop, and I will pick that channel.
2, 1, stop.
All right, it is Jack Brady. I think actually you.
We already selected.
You selected the channel, and then I decided not to add it to the list. So he's won twice. I think because I had a quick look at it, and I thought, we did some football channels.
I think the YouTube gods want us to look at this.
Well done, Jack Brady. You were lucky twice. Some channels goes, I've been submitting for 6 months, and I never get picked, and this one got selected twice. All right. So have you chose this one to let me look at it because it's a soccer channel? I mean, kind of, yeah. The value proposition's all over the place, but yeah, what do you think? So it looks as if you got a big old live stream here, watch along. So I think maybe you were watching our live streams from last week and you've decided to do a watch along, as other channels seem to be doing. There's some FIFA stuff going on here, but I'm not really seeing a strong enough branding to suggest that it's FIFA other than in the title, like it's here. You did some I know it was a FIFA card game, but you've only done 2 videos on that. My Premier League Dream Team of the Decade. So yeah, there's a bit of football stuff there, but I know it's a soccer channel, football channel, but I'm not really seeing the strong element here. Is there a channel that you support? Or are you looking at the tactics in a video game? Or like you were doing something with Bury? Like, this was interesting. Bury was a football team that recently went out of business. And so you did like a bit of a trending video, like on reviving a club. And that did quite nicely. You did another one here, which is This Guy's Insane, The Ultimate Scream. Looks like like reactions to the card game. But then you didn't make a follow-up one. And then there's Game Week 14 reaction. Where's Game Week 15 reaction? So I think a football channel just starting out on YouTube. You got the custom thumbnails. It looks as if your niche is in following the Premier League in England, but there's still a lack of ultra focus here. Travis and I looked at some channels a couple of weeks ago where it was a person who was charting their journey as a supporter of a particular team, going to matches and things, and we could really get a strong sense of what the channel was going to be about. Whereas this one, it's a bit of video gaming, bit of Premier League, so I'm just not quite clear there. Is there anything else you would add there, Travis?
No, I think you're
pretty much covered it.
Right.
Yeah. So like regular FIFA content, okay, we're not seeing that much regular FIFA content. For a gaming channel, like you took a big break and now you're making some stuff again. So consistency is also another thing I would be looking at there for your channel. And yeah, like channel banner, subscribe for regular updates. Regular updates on what? What's the value proposition here for your audience? Let's do super chats now. Let's see who else has posted stuff. We've got quite a few here. Meditation, mastermind, relaxation, music. How do I optimize my videos? Asking because all my videos have the same kind of content. How do I stand out from other meditation music channels? Interesting question.
Look at them. See what people there should be comments in their videos. See what people like about them. Do that thing, but add your twist to it. It's pretty much the best thing I could say. Probably
look at the thumbnails and see what everybody else is doing as well, and try and make something that's different, stands out. How to have an appeal that's maybe trying something new might be the suggestion as well. I mean, like you're asking a question, and our answer is stand out, do something different. But as well as keeping yourself in the same search terms and that type of thing. Spiritual truth tarot. Is tarot readings for children?
Nope.
I guess this is a question based off of the FTC and Copper. My answer would be, generally speaking, no, unless you title the videos "Tarot Readings for Children." I think you're probably all right there. And I think I would just generally say this as well. Don't freak out about your channel and whether or not it's for children right now. Yeah. In the sense that if you're absolutely terrified, here's my advice: is I would set the videos that you think might be for children as made for children for now, and then you can update it later on. Making no decision right now is the worst thing because YouTube will automatically assign your content. That's how I would be looking at it. And maybe like in January, February, we'll have a lot more information and examples of what might be treated as kids. Just don't stop making content. That's the main thing. Sean Limited sent us an emoji. Oh no, is this one of his new super sticky things in
the stickers
chat? There we are. Thank you for the face with the tear. I don't know what expression is that. Is that like nonplussed weeping there? And then you sent a $5. Please may I have my review? So thank you for the. So this is a person who sent us a tweet but didn't include their channel, and then we selected their channel.
So here's the thing.
What did they do?
Here's the thing. Here's what we will do, and I think it's important because we say this in the live streams, and people don't listen. So here's what we will do, and tell me what you think about this, Rob.
All right, go for it.
We will open the channel. If I find 3 things that I've talked about in live streams for weeks that you have not done in your channel, because you say you've been here a couple of weeks, and so that means you've been listening to hours of us doing this, which means you know what type of things to change. If I see 3 things as soon as we open up the channel that you haven't done that we've been talking about, we're just going to close the channel and move on.
All right. Okay. So we're doing it. I need a drum roll for this.
Hold on. What do I have? I don't have that. I have.
Oh, let me try it again. Yeah. No, my sound effects for some reason stopped working. Right. Okay. All right. Here we go then.
All right. Let's see.
We've gone to the channel. You somehow super chatted your way into this.
Limited Army, number 1, X. Boop. Let's see. I guess it's Pokemon. Okay. Pokemon. Okay, but you don't say anything. Okay, banner. Okay.
Big channel, 23,000 subscribers, but yeah, there's no channel trailer.
Okay, scroll. Yeah, no stream. Okay.
But they have built out
the okay, there's some playlists. Okay.
Let's go to the about section.
Okay.
All right, there is an about section.
A little bit of something there. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
All right. Well, go back to the homepage one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's uploads. There's popular uploads. What else was down there on the front page?
Create a
There's
playlist.
a couple of creators. I mean, it's not perfect, but okay. There's some type of.
We've got some stuff there.
Okay.
Is he using the community tab? It's not using the community tab, although that's not something we really.
Yeah, we don't talk a whole bunch about. So the banner, I'm still not 100% sure what I'm getting. It says limited army, and I assume some of that's Pokemon. So, and looks like you are doing Pokemon fine.
So here's what I think they're doing well. It's a Pokemon channel. You've jumped on this release of Pokemon Shield. You've been on top of it and doing a massive amount of content. All of them live streams, which is interesting. To the fact that you're getting thousands of views on live streams, which means that your watch time is going to be through the roof. That is fantastic, and you are not stopping. So there's a lot of passion and commitment there, which is brilliant. And these videos down here with like 11,000 views, 10,000 views, is all brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I might be able to suggest is it possible just to think of it from a new audience perspective and bring more people into your channel? Can you create highlights from some of these live streams? Like the best 3 things I found when on my first play of Pokemon.
Yep.
Or like, because what I think is that the audience that's already committed to your channel, brilliant, they're going to watch all of this stuff and lap it up. But a new person scrolling through the Pokemons is going to think, oh, like a 2-hour live stream, I'm not watching that.
Right.
But if there's a 5-minute video that summarizes that live stream, that's going to potentially get the clicks. Then you got the calls to action to subscribe, because I live stream every single day on Pokemon Shield if you're interested in that. So I think in terms of a channel that's been successful almost exclusively as a live streaming channel,
pretty crazy.
I've got to give you a thumbs up. I've got to give you
100%.
fantastic props there. Yep. But there may be opportunities here to convert some of that content into on-demand, and maybe if it's like tutorials, that type of thing would be good as well. And then maybe the thumbnails maybe need a little bit of tweaking as well, because it feels as if you've given up on making fancy thumbnails here, and I think the live streams have maybe suffered from it. Like all of these have got like less than 2,000, but then when you do custom thumbnails, can you see how you're getting more views?
Yeah.
I mean, that might be a bit too much of an obvious comparison to make, and maybe that's not quite the case, but that's what I've got to say. Travis, what are you thinking?
100% agree, and I think the number one thing is it's hard to grow a channel with primarily live streams. It's good to have them as like a thing that you do as a community, but they don't tend to rank. They don't tend
generally,
to go,
except for when they're live.
Yeah, and when they're live, they they have that special sauce going, but afterwards they tend to die like right away. And the only people that end up watching them are your subscribers, who maybe are really hardcore. But like Rob said, if you literally had a couple of the 5-minute ones, those tend to rank, and those tend to get pushed out and suggested and stuff. And that's a YouTube thing. YouTube just doesn't treat live streams like they do regular videos, generally speaking. So when you do a search for anything, 9 times out of 10, there's no live streams in the search results. So think about that and consider that if you just take the best parts of these streams and then maybe something really interesting happened and you make a video out of that, that's probably a really good use of your time.
And I'll just finish with this thought, folks. We often preach double down on your content, and people say, yeah, but I don't want to just do the same thing over and over again, and I can't think of the ideas. This is an example of a channel which is just focusing on Pokemon Shield and has done for the last 3 weeks. And when you're into something, you can think up of ideas, you can approach things in multiple different ways, and you start to build a momentum. And the fact that the live streams, a 3-hour live stream with 4,000 views, that is going to get watch time bombs, which is fantastic. So I think, again, I commend the channel for really making sure that they, I mean, some people say milk it dry, but I think that is an attitude of somebody who's seen maybe 6 of your videos and might be getting a little bit of viewer fatigue. But you have to think of the 2 billion other people on YouTube who haven't watched any of your content yet, but YouTube is sharing your content because they're getting what they need. The algorithm, I know we talk about trying to appeal to your audience, but at the same time, YouTube is trying to act as the audience. So it's thinking, oh, this channel is getting 4,500 views on a 3-hour live stream. The next time he does a live stream on Pokemon, we'll make sure that we share this out to a bit of a new demographic and see how they go, and that seems to be what's going on there. Sean Limited, I hope you've got what you needed there from the advice. There was one more live stream, but again, for some weird reason, it crops off for Super Chat, and I can't see it. So thank you, Franklin family, for the $2. I really wish I knew what you said there. It's a little frustrating. Please don't do another super chat so that we can read it. I don't want you to spend more money on it.
No, don't
we
do
just
that.
appreciate the $2. Let's pick another channel. The time that we have left is channel number 24 this time that we have. I feel as if we've gone on a couple of small tangents here, Travis, but some really useful advice, which always crops up. We always find something new and interesting to talk about with our channels. Matt Gabri Selassie, I'm sure we've done this channel before. I'm definitely getting deja vu from this one. I feel as if we've looked at this one. It's where the channel had some really good stuff on weddings, and then there was super effective tips on helping parents start planning. Was
that me and you, or was that? I mean, I don't.
I don't know. Maybe I dreamt of auditing this channel. All right, Travis, you take a look at it first, then, and because I feel as if I've seen this channel before.
Well, then the question is exactly what am I getting by watching this channel? See, sharing experience in the Diaspora movement together, family, finance, and Injera. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So I think. Let's see. Channels bringing experience of Ethiopian and American diaspora. Okay, cool. So it's a specific type of lifestyle, which is cool. So I appreciate the explanation in the about page.
Yeah.
5 super effects. So there's the listicle. That's good. How to plan your budget wedding, 12 wedding hacks. Okay, I like if you're going to use text, that's a pretty good use of it. The 12 wedding planning hacks. People are going to see that and go, oh. Happy New Year, Ethiopia. So I think a lot of it is well put together. The question is the content itself something that people are going to be either looking for or interested in or something like that? So the best bridal party went really well, 24,000 views there.
It's when I see stuff about weddings, it does really well. This one was about a wedding, got 25,000 views. This one here, although it didn't do as well as like 20,000 views, even it's got something to do with a bride and groom.
But you notice it says Habesha on both of the ones.
Yeah, see, I was wondering about that as a search term as well. And apologies if we're pronouncing that wrong. Habesha. So you use it quite a lot. So it's 1,000 views on that one. Not as much on that one, but the 400 there.
Yeah.
So it feels like in combination with wedding. That's where the channel was doing really well with his stuff.
So that means when something like that happens with a channel that's a little bit smaller and they get a lot of views on something like that, and we've seen this a couple times before, means there is a need and a desire for people to watch that, and there might not be a lot of channels doing it. So you might have a great opportunity.
Let's see what's coming up here. This is a search term I have no familiarity with whatsoever, so we're trying to get a quick understanding of what it means.
What about Habesha wedding?
It looks a bit. I mean, if it does look to be opportunities, like a channel here with 2,000 subscribers, 4,000 views, like 3,000 views. So there's smaller channels getting into the top of the search rankings with that. Here you are. So you rank number 1 and number 3 for that search term.
Boom. That's why. Look at that.
So more of that stuff.
Yeah.
If you can. I mean, I guess I understand that you want to promote your culture generally as a channel, but we're always thinking about but where is your real superpower in that topic, and that seems to be it. I mean, there's one here where you did it's interesting that you have a wedding video that has 25,000 views, and then a video about how to plan your wedding gets 60 views, but it didn't include that important keyword, perhaps.
100%.
And then when we just see videos about customizing your closet layout, it's like, what? where does that fit into your channel?
Yeah, 100%. If you would have put the Habesha in the planning, I bet you would have done a lot better.
Yeah, just try it. I know. I know the video's already out, but maybe just redo the thumbnail and redo the title, including Habesha, if it's relevant to the content. I'm just wondering if that would make a huge difference to that video. Like, even if it just got doubled its view count, that would be an indication to you that is a particular keyword that you perform strongly with.
Yep.
I don't know why. This channel isn't familiar. I think we've just done similar channels where it's been about a family or it's been about a couple, and have talked about a particular topic in that channel that's done really well. I think this is another example of it. All right, let's move on. We've got some more super chats, so we'll be looking in a second. Channel 29 now. You are right, Travis. It looks as if it's a bit fixed today. We've got 3 channels in the 20s right now. But anyway, game development. This one here is Roblox scripting. All right. Ooh. So is this a channel about adding scripts to customize your Roblox content? 500 subscribers, views in 800s of thousands. I would say that's fairly healthy.
Very healthy.
This JoJo Stan series seems to be doing well for you. Mm-hmm. I would continue making videos on that topic.
I mean, look how well they're doing.
Yeah, I would just maybe think about how you can tweak the thumbnails a little bit.
Yeah, I don't understand like what's going on in the thumbnail. It looks kind of boring to me, but obviously it's working. And again, that has niche related stuff. I mean, so if the niche is into that, then do it.
JoJo Stand. I mean, yeah. So look at the potential thumbnails that you have here. Is it a meme? I have no idea what this is.
Well, what's going on?
Not a clue. People are probably laughing at us in the chat, not knowing what JoJo is, and I would just say I'm not a millennial, so I'm out of touch with the world right now. But yeah, so more JoJo stuff, better thumbnails. I think is the simple answer to that. Do you actually do scripting on your channel anymore? Is JoJo some sort of scripting program? I really don't know. But as complete Luddites of this area, we're just looking at the easiest wins, which is this series. Carry on doing it. Gotcha. Just better thumbnails. It's very simple strategy.
Wait, what's going on here?
Come on.
Check the number on your thing. Right.
I'm just going to pick another one. We're going to do 30.
Okay, all right.
All right, we'll do 30 and then we'll do one today. But that seemed a little
suspicious. That was a little bit weird, but I'm glad.
All right.
It'll work.
Let's see what we're looking at here then with channel Hey J Studio. Photoshop tutorials every week, so plain and simple what we're getting here. The thumbnails need to be good if they're about Photoshop, and I think they generally are. Bit of doubling up on thumbnails here. Is this because you're doing like a part 1 and a part 2?
How to design visiting.
Oh, is it? I see. So you're doing a tutorial in English and then a tutorial in Tamil.
Oh,
second language. That would suggest to me. I think if you're going to do that,
you have a separate channel.
I would have thought. Yeah. Because it just means that, brilliant, I got this video that I really wanted to learn how to design fitness flyers. Oh, I've got to see it again in another language now.
Yeah.
I've got to wait another week for the same video. Yeah.
Separate channels. I see this happen every once in a while, and I've come across a couple channels do this. I understand why, but separate channels.
Yeah, unless there's a real, because I guess you're maybe an Indian channel, unless there's a cultural thing that we're maybe not seeing here, I would definitely say. I know C4E Tech is a channel, a big tech channel in India, and I think they diversified and did a second Tamil language channel to do that. Thumbnail wise, I think it's fantastic, and you're doing a bit of themed stuff here with Christmas and a calendar as well. That's some really good ideas here, I think, for Travis, like Christmas cards and then calendars for 2020. Brilliant way of going forward with the tutorials.
Thumbnails are amazing, by the way.
Yeah, thumbnails are really good. I think, I don't know how much of a harm this is going to have with almost like duplicate.
I think,
and here's the thing as well. I think it's exactly the same video. And maybe you've done a voiceover because the video lengths are identical as well. Yeah, so it feels as if maybe you're doing it in one language and then doing a voiceover but the visual content is identical.
Yeah.
So
I 100% agree, but I think it'll be safe to do in 2 different channels, and I think it's probably better mainly because subscribers won't be, you won't get subscriber fatigue. Plus, you'll actually get a specific type of subscriber. Then hopefully the YouTube algorithm will have an idea of what type of people like your channel and content, and it'll be easier to, instead of confusing and going, well, some people who speak Tamil like this channel and some people who speak English, like, that's too confusing. Give it one very clear type of person to target your stuff to.
Yeah, I've never thought about this, whether you more or less do the identical video twice, if that impacts your channel at all. Because you're appealing to a really different audience. You are literally appealing to a different audience every time. Well, it's the same audience, but it's different language.
Yep.
It would be, so for example, we have a Spanish channel. I don't know if you know this, vidIQ en Español, but imagine if we had the English version, and then the next video was this. Imagine if we'd been going through FTC and Copper, doing doing all of that like in one language and then another language. I mean, I know some people are getting a viewer fatigue, but if you had to see the Spanish version as well, you would have abandoned our channel a couple of weeks ago, I think. So a very simple suggestion there, and it'd be really interesting if you come back in a month and show us maybe the views and like how that's potentially impacted if you just stick to one particular language with your channels. It seems to be the English channel that it seems to be English to me as we look at the channel. All right, the next one was 182, wasn't it? We'd already selected that channel. Let's pick this one up. A music channel we have here. What have we got? Yeah, fantastic thumbnails. I really like it. And there have to be as a Photoshop channel. Hamish Status? Hash M Status? Is this a music channel? Some English? Some Arabic? I guess.
Yeah, I'm unsure.
Some very short videos. These look like TikTok videos. No channel banner. Haven't got a clue what this channel's about.
What's up, status? Watch my channel. I am Syrian. Upload whenever I have time. Okay.
My guess is that you probably have a presence on other social media more than here, and you're doing a bit of content dumping. That's what it feels like, given the length of the videos.
Yeah. Probably right.
In which case, we would recommend creating YouTube original content or combining some of these into montages or like behind the scenes. There's nothing really to go off here. Unfortunately, with the language is a bit of a barrier as well. There's something about WhatsApp. It's like a WhatsApp status, but I don't get it, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll have to move on. But we appreciate you submitting your channel.
Yeah, I get that's a constructive criticism. It feels like this is not a YouTube channel. It's other social media platform channel, and it's difficult to look at from a YouTube perspective. All right, here we go. What is it? 189 is the channel we've got here. And it is a gaming channel, and the gaming channel looks a little bit like this. True Nemesis Prime.
All the games.
All the games. We've got Metal Gear, we've got Final Fantasy, we've got Halo. I've forgotten what game that's from.
Resident Evil.
Silent Hill as well, I think.
Oh, gosh.
So Battlefield seems to be what you're looking at right now as a creator. How old are you as a channel? You've made a lot of content in the last month, but you're still relatively new to YouTube. Thumbnails, custom thumbnails would be my first advice. Twisted Steel gameplay.
A lot of there's a lot of highlights and stuff, which can be okay, but you need to highlight Xbox One. Nope. I'm probably not going to watch it. Nope.
Yeah, I don't even know what game that's
now. Here's one. Highlight MK11 beginner Scorpion combo training. Now I use Scorpion in MK11. I probably would watch that because it says it's going to train me. I'm going to learn something. So there's my value proposition. I would probably watch that because it's going to train me something. The other stuff like Nope or Wild Lone Wolf doing work, but if you teach me how to do something, cool, I'll watch that.
Yeah, what game would that be? Is there a game called Highlight? Am I being stupid? Or is it a highlight from Xbox games? I'm really confused there.
Well, good. The fact that you have to guess says a lot. Maybe it is a game.
Highlight Xbox? I guess. I don't know. Is that a game?
Is it?
Inside Xbox? I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think it is.
Let's say that it is. Let's just guess that it probably is not. But let's say that it is. That search just shows you how bad that is to be doing anyway. Forget about it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I've got a bit loss of train of thought there. So he's like doing a lot of games. All right. I can't see what again like a game focus. Yep. It is all of the usual things. You're a new YouTuber, you're trying to find your place on YouTube, that's absolutely fine. At some point, the audience is going to ask you to start making videos on a particular game because they want to learn more about it.
Yes.
And until you do that, you will continue to get maybe 3 views here, 9 views for one video. There's Battlefield, there's a tiny sample size, but Battlefield is doing 300 to 400% better than like the highlight ones, whatever they were. So even in that very small sample size, when there is a search term like Battlefield versus highlight, which looks as if it's not a search term, you're doing 1,000% better in some cases. I know it's a small sample size, but that just proves like the impact you can have if you optimize your videos just a little bit. And that, Travis, I think brings to the end, as always, another wonderful episode of our channel audits. I think there were a couple more super chats that came in. Oh, look, we've got some more super stickies here. Sean K, the King, thank you. Hey, you.
Hey, you.
Awesome, that's brilliant. I've not had any of these super stickers before. We appreciate them. Thank you, the Franklin family. We can now read your super chat, which says, appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Hey, vidIQ, big fan, review me. As I say, as we said at the beginning of the live stream, we don't audit channels based off of super chats because we don't want to create a financial barrier. And meditation, mastermind, relaxation music. You probably asked a follow-up question to like, how do you stand out? We just can't see it, unfortunately. I don't know what it is because on Streamlabs, I usually get the super chats, but it's disappeared, and I don't know how to bring it up again, which is a little frustrating.
So apparently something happened with Streamlabs in this recent update. Dean Newman was saying something about the chat being messed up.
Right. Okay, that might explain it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is make sure that Travis can see my screen again as we say goodbye to the following people here. Yeah, in case you didn't notice, we are saying our goodbyes now, so just please do put it in the chat. Travis, you can go first, so I get to struggle with all of the usernames later on.
One quick thing, we have a live stream tomorrow. Please go to vidIQ.com/live training, and that will set you up with a reminder. So make sure you do that tomorrow. That is Wednesday. Leron will be here helping out. So bye to Mary Fox Crypto, George Wilson, Win Close, Scott. We got George Wilson. We got Team Stu, Filmy the Pog. We got Coach Home UK, Russell Muscle. Oh, I like that name. Lord Alchemist,
yeah.
Platypus Gaming. We have Emma Collins and Slapgar.
But it's just there's some usernames that are a lot more fun to read out, aren't they? Like Generic Waffle, for example. Bree Stationary Life, Coach Home UK, Aaron Longstaff, Fandom Spotlight, Rogue Scholar, Cat123, FT Freddy YT, Talks YT, Emma Collins. You've said that one. True Nemesis Prime, who says fair enough. I think on the audit that we just gave to you. Aaron Longstaff, Kitchen Cooking. The Franklin family, Now I Am Nappy, Ria's Art, Fandom Spotlight. Thank you, HFS, the Artist Heaven, as a moderator. You've been fantastic as always. And Travis, sell the Discord server while I remember.
Say that. If you want to continue the conversation right now, you're hyped up, you want to talk about things, there's a link in the description below right now that you can add. You can jump into our Discord. There's a bunch of creators in there. And if you want to ask some questions, you want to talk, go in there, continue the conversation. The link is in the description below.
It is still in like the test development stage. We're still trying to build it. So if you want to be part of that community, which will probably be huge in the upcoming months, then make sure to be one of the founding fathers or mothers of that Discord channel. Yeah. Folks, as always, time is the most important, valuable currency in the world, and you just spent some of that with us. We hope we've given you value in return. Remember that when you are making videos for your audience and your channel. And with all that being said, we will be back in around about a week. Travis, wave, goodbye. We'll see you all again soon. Enjoy the rest of your video making day.